Jannik Sinner and his secrets to becoming the world's #1 in tennis. Italian tennis player Jannik Sinner expressed satisfaction with his recent victory over Taylor Fritz at the ATP Finals, a tournament currently featuring top players. Sinner, the world's #1, was very happy after defeating American Taylor Fritz with a double 6-4, bringing him closer to the semifinals as he displayed his full potential in front of his home crowd. It was a tough match. Fritz served very well, and I tried to get into the rallies on his service games. I could have served better, but we both played a great game from the baseline. We're close to the semifinals, which was the main goal this week, he said on the central court of the Alcaraz Arena in Turin, where the tournament is being held. It was a great chance to show my high level, and today I managed it. In the important points, I served well. I'm happy with how I handled the situations, something I've done throughout the year, he added. Despite his 2 wins, Sinner will have to face Medvedev in the final round. With Daniil, it will be a very tough duel. I hope to keep up the level. The matchups could allow for a 3-way tie with 2 wins each among the 3 players, so the sets and games won might come into play. That said, winning against Medvedev would secure his place in the semifinals. Fritz will have to win against Australian Alex de Minaur. Jannik Sinner receives ATP trophy as world #1. Jannik Sinner received the world #1 trophy, awarded at the end of each season by the ATP, during the second day of the ATP Masters in Turin. It's a very exclusive club. There have only been 29 world #1s in history. As a kid, I never thought I'd reach the top, but little by little, I got here through hard work, he said. The most important thing is having people around you that make you feel good every week. I've been lucky, Sinner continued. The Italian, who won his first 2 Grand Slam titles, Australian Open, US Open, and a total of 7 titles in 2024, had secured the year-end #1 spot since mid-October. He is the first Italian to receive this trophy. Before the ATP Masters, Sinner held a lead of over 3,000 points over his closest competitor, Germany's Alexander Zverev. The Italian, who won his first ATP Masters match against Australian Alex de Minaur, succeeds Serbian Novak Djokovic, who has finished as #1 for a record 8 seasons. German Boris Becker, former world #1 and present at the ceremony, said he was not really surprised to see Sinner atop the ATP rankings. It's true that Alcaraz and others are there, but Jannik will be #1 for a long time, concluded Becker, who spent 12 weeks at the top of the ATP rankings, while Sinner has now held it for 23 weeks. But the Italian is ending the season amid a controversy that could take him out of tennis starting next year, which has raised suspicions among many players. After testing positive for clostebol, an anabolic steroid, in March, he was cleared by the International Tennis Integrity Agency, ITIA, but the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, appealed the decision and is demanding a suspension of 1 to 2 years. Sinner, overwhelmed by support in Turin, I'm just a 23-year-old kid who plays tennis. The local hero is 1 step away from the semifinals at the 2024 ATP Finals, which are being held in his country, where Jannik wants to triumph and bring joy to his fans. Jannik Sinner is shining at the 2024 ATP Finals with 2 wins in the group stage, the latest against Taylor Fritz. The Italian is living a great moment in his country and hopes to qualify for the semifinals after his final match against Medvedev. In a press conference following his win over the American, the world #1 spoke about the complexity of the match and what it means to play this very special tournament at home. Match feelings. It was a very high-level match. I think we both played great tennis, and it was a completely different match from the first one. I don't want to compare, but this was a very tough match, so I'm very happy with the win. Miss the Rome Masters 1000. Playing in Italy is different. The crowd is incredible, they support you through good and bad times, and I like that. I didn't play in Rome, which for me was a hard pill to swallow, but I wasn't physically ready. Now I'm here, 12 months after I last played in Italy, and I'm enjoying it. This tournament is a bit different from the rest because you have to qualify to play. Already qualifying gives you a good position, and every match is tough. Is he still surprised by his fame? Seeing Italy plastered with his face, for example, it surprises me. I'm just a 23-year-old kid who plays tennis. I have some sponsors, like Lavazza and Intesa, based here. I love my sponsors' family and the connection I have with them. Playing in Italy as an Italian is very special, and nothing should be taken for granted. I'm still sometimes surprised. Not everything feels normal, but I try to get used to it. I just try to play good tennis on the court, that's why I'm here. Has he noticed differences in players' attitudes toward him since becoming world #1? Of course, there are always differences. I always say every match is different in some way. It doesn't matter when you last played them. I was also in that position when I played against the world number one. You go onto the court with nothing much to lose, it's normal. It's also a bit different because some players have already beaten me, and you don't think about whether they're number 1, 2, or 3. You just rely on previous encounters and try to improve as a player. That's what I try to do with all my opponents. I try to stay in the present, not think about the past or future. This is a very present-focused sport, you have to stay alert to what's happening right now. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up, because at Tennis Zone, we are dedicated to bringing you the best information for the best audience, sharing in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and comprehensive coverage of everything related to the world of tennis. Join our community and be part of the excitement of the tournaments with us. Additionally, at Tennis Zone, we strive to provide you with updated, quality content on players, tournaments, strategies, and the most relevant events in the tennis world.